Hello, Insannies. Welcome to the Christmas episode. Today is actual Christmas, I think. If Christmas is on a Thursday, that is this. Oh, it comes out on Friday. It's the day after Christmas, but if you're a Patreon, it's Christmas. Wow, have I already fucked this up. It is me, Annie Lederman, your leader, the queen of receiving unsolicited pictures of your peen. I am here, tired as fuck, packing. I'm packing. I've got to fly. I had to. I have to fly tomorrow, 7 a.m. in the morning. I'm so 7 a.m. in the morning, like not 7 a.m. in the evening. I mean, guys, I'm very tired. I woke up early because I had an appointment to get Randy his first haircut. Oh my goodness. How cute is my boy? Isn't he so cute? He even has a matching hat and ears that are going to last for 10 seconds. Randy, put your hat on. Randy, he loves his hat. He loves it. Oh my goodness. There we go. There, that's good. There you go. Oh, look, he loves it. He loves his hat. Anyway, I brought him to the groomer today. And I left him there, and then I came to pick him up, and the groomer was like, I was asked how he did, and the groomer said, he did pretty good. He's a little afraid of the sound of the clippers. And I said, yeah, he doesn't like loud sounds. And he said, that's okay. Most rescue dogs have that same issue. And I went, oh yeah, I know. I'm such a hero. I rescued my dog for $800. But honestly, once he got the mange, guys, he became a fucking rescue. I got what I deserved. So I'm flying for the first time in COVID. I'm very nervous, but I'm working on that. I'm working on positive thoughts. I have a mask that Kalila gave me and a shield. And, you know, it's just interesting. I'm excited to see everyone in the mask because boy, did we judge the Asians. Were we not harsh on the Asians wearing those masks? I was. Randall, what do you want? Randall loves Asians. Isn't that right, Randy? You like Asians? So does mommy. I mean, not all of them. That would be reverse racism. I don't know what reverse racism means. But anyway, boy, did I judge those Asians in those masks. I said, you silly lady wearing your mask in the airport. And now I'm going to freak out when I see people not wearing them. Randy, what are you... He's got that Chewbacca sound, you know? Come here. Come up. Show everyone what you can do. Show everyone your trick. Show everyone your big trick. Come on. What's your big trick? Come here. Show. Up. Here, grab it. He didn't really have a trick. I was hoping he would do something that looked like a trick. Randy. Oh, my boy, my son. He's so cute. So... this episode, this is an intro. I did do another little Zoom with Esther and things got juicy. It got very steamy. I have a new love interest. It's a twist from Esther's world. And I'm excited for you guys to see it. What else can I tease? Oh, I wanted to have Todd edit out this part where I talked about, I mentioned the word God so many times. And I didn't mean, I meant more like whatever is there. But I said God so many times and Esther started to fall asleep. I started falling asleep. I woke myself up. I talked about God again. And it really is a regret. And I was going to have Todd edit it out, but we don't have time because we're going to the airport at 7 a.m. I want you guys to see, do you see what I did with the ears? I got my hoops. I placed them on my elf ears. They were down in the car. It's dark out right now. I risked my life to go down to my car in my shitty neighborhood. I could have been raped. I could have been murdered. I could have been murder raped. Hopefully they murder you first. That's the kindest way to do it. And I grabbed them and I ran upstairs. But for you guys, because I don't want to be off brand. I want you guys to see me on Christmas the way you imagine me to be. I hope you guys are unwrapping all your presents and enjoying your time. And I really hope you enjoy what's coming up on this podcast. And I really, during the part where I start mentioning God, just no, I don't want it there. Know that I wouldn't want it there if I had a say in it. Okay. And I am excited. I'm going to fly. I got to rip the Band-Aid off. I got to try it out. And I'm not seeing my family. I wish I was seeing my family, but can't kill them. But you know, I did always used to sit, like, as a joke, I would kind of I'd always say I wanted to put my eye mask on my mouth. I don't really know what he's whining about. My eye mask on my mouth, because I always fall asleep. The minute I get on a plane, I fall asleep. My head falls back. My jaw opens all slack. Like, it looks like my parents are going to have to decide whether or not they want to unplug me. I immediately go into like vegetable status. Like, that's how I know I'm not famous yet. That's never been posted. No one's ever taken that picture and sent it out there. And it happens immediately like that. So I always said, I wish I could put my eye mask over my mouth to kind of keep it shut. But now I'm going to have a mask and a shield and a mask on top of the mask. I'm double masking. But we'll see. It should be interesting. I'm traveling with Randy for the first time. We got to get him a mask. He's eating his hat. He's eating his fucking hat. No, anyway, enjoy a conversation between me and my son, little Esther. And if you are a patron or would like to join the Patreon at patreon.com, Annie Lederman, you can see a special Q&A that I'm about to finish up now. That is just for you guys. Also, if you enjoy my podcast and you want to see more, please subscribe and comment below. What do I want to know? What's the worst gift you ever got? The worst gift I ever got was crabs. That was closer to my birthday, though. Did I ever tell you guys the story of how I got crabs? I'll tell you that story on the next episode of Meanspiration. But guys, have a Merry Christmas. And if you're Jewish, enjoy Chinese takeout. And I'm sorry we can't all go to the movies this year, but hopefully next year. All right. To Esther we go.
I was going to send... Are you off the phone?
I'm on, but it's okay. What?
Oh, no. Who are you talking to?
Annie.
Oh, I'll have you read it later.
What is it?
Why were you going to talk shit on me? Mary, were you talking shit on me?
No. I didn't want to interrupt her. Here, I'll show you what I wrote, and I didn't know if it was, like, appropriate.
Okay. It's a card?
Yeah, it's a card.
Okay.
For who?
Anyway.
Well, okay. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. No big deal.
Hello, Annie.
Hello. Esther, I'm so glad I got you today. You seemed like you were very busy and I didn't want to interrupt you laying like a slob in your bed on a couch.
It's a futon.
Both. A couch and a bed. Look at that. Do you want to tell people where you are and what's up?
I'm in my parents' basement. Ugh, I look so ugly. This is so fucked up.
It's just, I never thought you would even care about looking ugly because you've looked ugly so many times. Did you see my comment on your video you posted about what was in your makeup?
Yes, I responded to it. So, Annie, I'm in my parents' basement. I'm going to be here for a little while, and then I'm apparently going to be a bridesmaid in a COVID wedding.
That's so cool. Do you bring the COVID or do they give it to you? Like, is it in bags and they give it to you, or?
I don't know.
I mean, my favorite is that your friend thinks that you're not gonna be wearing a mask in all of her pictures. Like,
no, she knows. She's and I talked to.
But think
she's
of
gonna
like,
be strict. It's gonna be strict.
But think of like really what she thinks is gonna happen. She thinks when you're taking pictures, you're gonna loosen up. She doesn't think her wedding pictures for the rest of her life are gonna have Esther in a mask, but it is.
No, I think it's gonna be strict. I think there's a wild card. Sorry, my mom is making all the noise in the world. Mother,
cleaning up after you?
You're supposed to be upstairs making dinner. Hurry along. Please hurry along. You're slowing dinner down.
Oh my goodness.
I should put my mask on because she's in the room. But Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what is this? What do you want from me, Annie? You
I
look
like all the
great.
board games behind your head.
You look great. You're wearing a Skims bodysuit. You have hair and makeup. I look like shit. I look like a beaten up baby.
You look good. Honestly, the Zoom like almost airbrushes you. It does. You look great. I mean, the mask when you were laying down like was not great. It was a reminiscent of a inside joke of ours.
So Annie, I'm away. I'm really gonna miss you because I feel like we've been in a good place the last couple weeks. I've been really
Since the
well
fight,
behaved. Since the fight, I've been on my best behavior. I've tailored my personality to make you comfortable. And you've been rewarding me, might I add, with walks with me.
in your neighborhood.
Yes, you've been so rewarding and I'm a good girl. I positive reinforcement works on me.
I
And
think negative does too, honestly. I think most
that's
work on you.
I'm thinking about the new year together when I'll be back from my trip and when will you be back from your trip?
I'm going to be back. I'm going the 21st to the 26th to Alabama. I'm panicking about it, but
Yeah, but I just want to let everyone know Annie and I feel like shit for traveling.
yeah,
We feel like shit.
we've made some mistakes, and then there's the other half of the population that's like, you fucking pussies, who cares? And you're like,
True. I forgot about those people.
yeah, they're going to be disgusted that we're even saying we're scared. They're going to be like, you stupid pussy liberal fucking California. It's like, I'm sorry, I don't know what having a beach near me why that makes me a pussy, but um yeah, I'm going. My friend invited me. She paid for the tickets. She paid for my whole little family to come. So
What's January or what's the end of December going to look like when we're both back? Do you think you'll be nice to me and do you think we'll have a good time together? And because I do feel like you're my pod. Like I count on you and Carlos, your companionship.
well, here's
What?
the thing. It's really up to you, Esther, what happens.
Really?
Because when you come back, what I find is you are on usually your worst behavior when you come back from hanging out with your parents. There's a lot of this, and I'm going, am I getting into this part?
What's this?
What you just did to your mom?
Scurry along.
You have scurry along energy when you come back, but I don't think you're going to have it this time. You've been humbled by this trip. Do you want to talk about your car ride?
I mean, I got here. And my dad picked me up from the airport, and he just was yelling at me like, "I can't believe you're here. You're gonna kill us." It made me feel like total shit. I was spiraling last night about it, and I rarely spiral since taking Lexapro. So it was a rare spiral.
Would you call yourself Alexa Pro at this point?
Yes, Alexa Pro S, a Proina.
Being yelled at by your dad is never going to feel good, especially when it's about his life. You can't kill him now. You really the universe won't allow it. It would be too bad of news.
I don't know. I mean, the last time I was here, they were happy. They wanted me here. This time, it's a little bit of a different energy. So I went and got a COVID test first thing today. Did not splurge for the rapid results, so I will be waiting 2 days.
Even your dad, though, he's like, my life is in jeopardy. He's like, do not pay for the rapid.
He literally was like, "How much is this test? If it better be free."
But everyone's just listen, it's almost over. I think honestly, the vaccine coming out is making people more strict. For me, it is. For me, I'm going.
It should, yeah.
It's like we have the end in sight, and we'll see. I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna do half of this is gonna be solo, this podcast, because I'm assuming you're gonna have to go eat your SpaghettiOs soon. Your Chef Boyardee that your mom's making you. And
no, my mom is making me like a full vegan stir fry. My mom, I feel like I have a private chef. I feel like I have turn down service. There's a reason that I come here.
do you think you're trying to kill your dad so you get more of your mom's attention?
No, you need both because they cancel each other, they balance each other out.
And your dad's more fun to hang out with type.
He's more like kooky crazy, and she's just like gets everything done.
It just makes so much sense. Now, we were talking about your sister. You said your sister was a helper as a child.
Yes, she was older than me, so she was the helper.
But when you said that, I thought you meant like she was out of the house by the time you were. But she's only 7 years older, so she was still a young child.
That's correct.
Demanding hamster of a sister came out, pecking away, demanding her water bottle be put in, demanding her wood chips be cleaned after she pooped in them.
So Annie, what are your thoughts on all this? You know, you're seeing me in my basement. This is kind of where I belong. Do you like seeing me like this? Do you not like it?
I think the fact that this is where you feel the most comfortable is so pathetic. And you have Arrested Development. There's some very sick psychology in this. There's some very dangerous stuff going on in there.
What do you think it is?
I mean, there's a rude awakening for you in the future, is all I'm saying.
What do you mean?
We have to prepare to be grown-ups. Our parents are going to die. It's 100%. And for you, a little sooner than usual.
Wait, my dad's approaching.
Guest appearance on
You're
the
a guest
podcast.
Don't
Guest
say
appearance. All
This,
right.
this is Maury's last appearance before his death.
You know, Annie, I meant to tell you something. You were lying in that bed when we saw you, when you were talking to Esther this morning. You look like a 1940s movie star.
That's what people say when they think you're fat.
No, that's not true.
The womanly body, the shape. No, I mean, I think your dad's saying he's shocked you have more TV credits than me. It's really what he's trying to say.
She looked like a 40s movie star. Beautiful.
Now, I
beautiful.
will say this.
Ew.
Thank you. So
You're hitting
much.
on my
I'm a
friend.
very
I'm not hitting on
handsome guy.
nobody.
Now, what's interesting is I didn't quite know that I was when I call Esther, it's just, I roll over and I call Esther. My sleeping live-in assistant, I say, I'm going to talk to Esther. He goes, and I ignore that he's asleep. And then I talk to Esther in a very loud voice. And I just didn't really know you could see me. I didn't know I was completely undressed.
You didn't know you were on the Skokie Chamber of Commerce
I was out there.
website.
Okay, Dad.
All right.
Don't touch her. You're going to get COVID.
I already got it. All right. Goodbye, girls.
All right.
I
I hope Esther will kill you one way or the other, but I hope it's not soon.
He's so.
Just got a little spicy.
I'm so what?
You're full of shit. You were at the
Thanks.
Cook County office with no mask, and you guys were telling me I'm gonna give it to you.
Maybe he already knows he has COVID and he's trying to blame it on you.
He can't. He's a no mask. He's like, I can't wear the mask. It makes my nose run. Like, he is that person that the people who say they can't wear the mask, like, he's that. He's like uncomfortable.
Why would it make your nose run?
I don't know. His nose is just running.
It's like good. You can kind of wipe it with it.
I'm sorry, my dad crashed.
No, it was fine. I liked it.
He's definitely into you.
Listen, many fathers are. Honestly, do you want to hear gross? I just remembered something gross.
About what?
When I was 14, I went to the Virgin Islands, and oh my God, whatever dog that is, it's my spirit animal.
Ow!
Oh my God.
Ow!
Keep going. Get her. Oh, you're so fake. This is what Esther does with me too. She's fake crying. Oh, this is pathetic.
I'm ruining your podcast. I feel like this should be Esther Club. I'm taking too much time up.
Because it's boring.
Keep going.
No, all I'm saying is my friend's dad in the Virgin Islands would pinch my ass and stuff. It was gross.
No.
I was 14.
No.
Yeah, and then my boyfriend when I was 15, this guy Tim DeWitt, I don't know why I say full names, but who I got caught sleeping at his house. I said I was sleeping at my friend Kathleen's house, and then my mom went to go pick me up from Kathleen's house to surprise me. Like, we're gonna go buy Christmas trees. And then Kathleen's parents were like, we have not seen Annie in months. And I was just staying at my boyfriend's house on his pull-out couch. And his dad.
Love a pull-out couch moment for
It's
you.
great, dude. Pull-out couches are. You're on a futon. I mean, what's better? Why do only one thing?
Exactly.
do two things.
My biggest regret is the first couch I bought myself, which was this year at age 32. It's not a pull-out. What was I doing?
I know this couch isn't a pull-out, but it's so big that you can sleep on it.
I definitely can. I've eyed that couch, and I know I could sleep on that couch.
$6,000. It's no longer $6,000. I could probably get $100 for it, and that's probably if I say it's my couch. I probably have to say it's mine.
And you just sit on it naked.
I have to like fart on it or something, and then people don't mind the blood stains. They're everywhere. But oh, Randy. Anyway, he's so cute. So I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, so they picked me up. But anyway, so Tim's dad, I was going to the Virgin Islands for a vacation. He was like, "Are you a virgin?" And like asking me all these sex questions.
That's like that's fully sexual harassment.
But I just think about it from their angle now, like when you're grown up. So the dad was probably at the most, he was an older dad, so he was probably like, old dads are like 50. They're not even that old, 50 or 60. You're a 50, 60-year-old talking to a 15-year-old. Just like, hey, tell me about what your pussy does.
Annie!
Ew. But so I'm just saying, your dad was quite a gentleman. Just saying.
Oh my God, why did I agree to this?
Also, oh my God, I had this neighbor growing up who I used to make out with all the time, and he was my like high school Ross, I guess, and I was his Rachel, and I'm still friends with him, but his dad, he was in Guatemala. He went and did some teaching English in Guatemala thing when he was in his like late teens, and there was a mudslide, and it was when AM was going, AIM, America Online.
AIM.
Yeah, AIM. I hate saying the whole thing, doesn't sound right. So then I'm IMing, and his dad IMs me. And I was like, oh my God, how's Matt? And he's like, oh, I don't know, what's up with you? Like, how are you? That's like chatting with me. And then he has kids. And I went to visit him, I know, a couple years ago. And he's like, meet me at the park with my daughters. So I go, and his dad's there to see me. And I was like, oh, I didn't know you were here too. That's so cool. And then later, Matt was like, I haven't seen my dad in 6 months. He like missed my daughter's birthday. You're gonna be there.
In everyone's defense, I do feel like you are like the kind of woman that you look like you probably looked exactly like this at 15. Like you look like at 13 till now, you've looked exactly the same.
Yeah, no, I look like a real father fucker.
Andy.
I think everyone thinks I'm a way bigger slut than I am. I actually got a DM from someone today, and I was going to talk about it on the solo part, but I want to see what you think.
But this is too boring. We need content.
No, it's not boring.
Okay, good.
Nothing's boring about us. By the way, your dad just came in and hit on me. That's hilarious. What's funny?
My mom watches this. I can't wait to see her take on it.
Hi, Mary. My competition. I'm your Magdalene.
By the way, last night my dad was trying to ask my mom, would you be more upset if you caught me in bed with another woman or saw me holding hands with another woman? And he was like trying to like get her to intellectually engage in that, and she was just like, no, in bed would be the worst. And he was trying to explain to her why holding hands would be worse.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to Photoshop a picture of me holding hands with your dad for this. Oh, it's like that meme. You know the meme where it's like the guy and girl holding hands and looking back at the other girl?
Yeah.
And your dad holding hands looking back at your mom. My dad did a creepy thing too. He came to my college, and there was this girl, Tiffany West, really cute, funny girl, who happens to be Black. Okay. She doesn't look like Diana Ross at all. My dad comes in and he goes, oh, you're so beautiful and willowy like Diana Ross. I'm like, don't just tell a Black woman she looks like another Black woman. He just was being so, and she's pretty, but she just was like showing me around I was her perspective student. And my dad, at one point, they were holding hands and swinging hands. And I was like, do I have to tell mom
What?
about this? It was just so creepy. They both enjoyed the attention of each other too much,
Oh, I do not love that.
Gross, but it was also funny. All right, so here we go. Hold on, let me find this thing. It's so funny because I just get so annoyed by this type of thing.
A DM from a stranger?
Well, the DMs are usually bad. Okay, so he sends me, and he's watching. He's a fan. So hello, Andrew Fleck. He said this radiates Meanspiration vibes, and let me play you what this thing is. Todd, we can hear your clicking.
I know. What's he doing back there? Is that
hear your
Randy?
video game playing.
He makes noises.
Click, 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 click. Oh, you look like such a nerd in your stupid gaming chair. Oh my God. The fact that he's like a professional gamer at this point that makes no money.
Nothing funnier than a gamer in the house.
I'm sorry, you're a dork. You have a gaming chair. It's embarrassing.
The headset is just...
He has a headset on. He's got multiple computers surrounding him that he uses for editing, but
it's funny how gamers are like inherently like they're such do-nothings because they're so focused on the game, but when they're playing the game they look like the hardest working entrepreneur.
It's unbelievable. I'm like, I'm sitting here thinking you've got nothing done today, and this is more for my ex-boyfriend. Todd gets a lot done, but my ex-boyfriend was so fucking lazy and would just play video games all day, and I'm looking at him like, you've accomplished fucking nothing. And then I started watching the video games and I'm like, oh, he thinks he's slayed dragons. Like, he thinks he's done all the things. He feels accomplished because he got past the level and killed the thing or whatever. Like,
that's so true.
I tried to do a bit about it and he said he didn't like it. And that's why he got dumped. Oh my God, by the way, I have a show tonight and I do not remember how to do comedy.
Wait, that's crazy. Like a real live
I have a real live COVID show. No clue how to do it.
I can't believe it's not canceled. How is that legal?
It's probably not legal.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it'll get canceled right before.
You're under arrest.
I hope I got under arrest.
Take your clothes off.
I would rather go to jail and get anally probed and raped in jail.
Annie, don't. Jokes. Also, they don't do that to girls, I don't think.
They don't do that to girls? Anyway, all right. This radiates Meanspiration vibes. Let me turn it up.
I matched on Tinder months ago. Told him I'd send it for a couple bucks. Just because I felt bad. The man sent me the scams that was bringing in everything. I don't know what's wrong with it. He said some word. It's on his humor, but I don't remember. Anyway, he sent me fucking $50 to see my asshole as his like maybe dying wish. I was like, what's up with the girl you like have a thing with? Like, you don't want to see her asshole before you die? And he was like, I fucked it last night, but like, I want to see yours. I was like, whatever, money.
Okay, so I want to unpack this. This is a TikTok of a girl who said she met a guy on Tinder or something who wanted to give her $50 to see her asshole, and he sent her all these brain scans and said, I'm going in for brain surgery. I might die tomorrow. Sent her all the evidence and said, I would just really like to see your asshole for $50. And the girl's like, but you're seeing someone. Don't you want the girl you're seeing to see that asshole? And he goes, no, I fucked her asshole last night. I want to see your asshole. And she goes, whatever, money's money. Why would that give you a vibe? Like, that's the most insulting and off base thing. Why would that remind? Just because you guys want to fuck me and want to.
I just got where this was going.
Picture of my asshole means like you like. How is that this podcast?
I forgot that the beginning part of this was that someone said this reminded them of you.
How is that? You haven't even seen my feet, you guys. You don't, it's $1 million to see my feet. How am I a girl that would show my asshole to a brain injured man for $50? She's got tattoos. She's like eating bacon. She's like, no, money's money. What? I've gone broke not accepting your feet money, guys. Do you understand that? I've not paid. I've had to call my dad and beg him to give me money so I didn't have to show you guys my fucking feet. Do you understand that? I just think people project what they want me to be. There's so many. because in the beginning I always say I'm the queen of receiving unsolicited pictures of repeat. They're unsolicited. I don't want them, and I still get them all the time. You guys want me to be the girl that's like, fuck yeah, like, I can't wait to fucking like fist myself to videos of your fucking dick. Like I don't. People are like, wow, you seem like a good fuck. No, I lay there, I cry, I'm not good. Okay,
Ew.
these witches for my rapes. It's not good. Move on. Like what are they're all on here, and like yes, granted they did see my boobs once, but that's because there was a mishap. It wasn't on purpose.
But was it really a mishap?
1,000,000%.
Oh.
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. I was flashing Anthony as a joke, and he would blur it out, and he fucked up. I didn't make any money. Like everyone's making money on like, wouldn't I have an OnlyFans if that was a thing? And by the way, I'm so torn on whether everyone's like, no, you get an OnlyFans. It's not sex stuff. It's like, how is that possible?
But then what would you do? I mean, I'm open to that possibility, but then it's like, what is it going to be?
I mean, I have my teasy pictures. Do you guys want more of my teasy pictures? Do you want to pay for my, and then I won't put any thirst traps on my thing?
No, I don't think you should do an OnlyFans yet. I think, let's see what happens in the new year. The vaccine, it's,
oh
the
my
vaccine
God,
is,
I know exactly what you're about to say.
the
Started OnlyFans right before the vaccine. I started OnlyFans. But I was thinking about that because now there are women like Amanda Cerny doesn't do her OnlyFans. She says is not like, you know, she posts like sexier pictures, but it's not sex pictures or anything. She's not naked in them, and she's like, it's just extra content and stuff like that. But how funny is that for the girls that went straight like spread asshole on OnlyFans right away? And then now the culture of OnlyFans is getting a little more tamer and opening up for a broader audience.
Oh, I see. Well, I hope it is, because I love the concept of it. Like that's what I like about Patreon. It's like we get to be more ourselves in front of a safer audience, whereas people who are actually paying, so you know they're not just like there to make fun of you. I mean, maybe they are, but at least they're paying for it.
You pay $20.
But so like what?
Pay $20 to make fun of me. That's my $50 to see my asshole. Is you can pay $20 to make fun of me.
Like, I do think if OnlyFans becomes like Patreon branding in terms of like it's just pure entertainment, like it's, you know, comedy or whatever, that would be really great for us. So if you want to be one of the first, but
I just don't want the expectation of people seeing my taint. I'm like,
well, that's too late. That expectation is apparently already out there.
This is just like you. The girl's like, I'll take $50 to show this guy my asshole.
He's chewing on fried chicken.
Bacon. Just what the fuck? That's so funny. And this guy meant it. He's gonna probably send me an apology and stuff and feel bad. Don't feel bad. Just know what you're doing. You just projected this. And I also was thinking, Whitney was making fun of my tree because my tree has colored lights because her and Benton were talking about how I should have my tree in this.
Mine has colored lights too here.
She was like, I sent a picture of my tree to her and Rogan. She goes, oh, I love your trashy Philly lights. I'm like, Whitney, my dad was the treasurer of the University of Pennsylvania, the Ivy League school you went to. They sent me to a juvenile delinquent school, so I'm a little bit educated, but
I still can't get over that your dad had such a good job. It's so weird.
And also I'm halfway trash. I'm not even full way trash. I've said this before. My mom was born in a beautiful upstate New York, like wealthy neighborhood. And my dad popped out of a tuna can. So that's where I'm half tuna can.
I actually just ordered some tuna. I wonder if I'll get your dad.
Oh my goodness. If you popped it, wouldn't that be exciting? My dad, just Scott Lederman, pops out with a quip.
I wonder if that's why we are so in alignment, because I'm actually half white trash too.
Which side?
My mom's side is, Mom, I love you, but you know, middle, I don't know, Oklahoma, Minnesota vibes, whatever.
Just also the whole
look, if not for white trash sides, we wouldn't be pretty.
No, and you also don't want, well, my dad's side was not pretty, but you don't want, I'm so grossed out by, and this is my own prejudice, people that just come from money. I don't care. I was at the store. I was trying to buy this book on self-hypnosis, and
What?
yeah, there was, I saw, I was watching Steve-O's podcast and Rob Dyrdek just talked about this hypnotist.
Okay, hold on. You make fun of me for watching every podcast. Why are you watching? Like, I love Steve-O, but like, why were you watching his podcast?
Todd just had it on, but
Okay.
I got really into it. I need other people. I find myself I'm always procrastinating or just doing anything to avoid the monsters in my head or whatever the fuck
The voices.
and can't sit with me. So I always find myself like I'll go to Netflix and none of the shows are good. I'll be out of my reality. Like I'm always looking for trash. I need like trash and bad content. So I'm never really looking to curate a good time that actually teaches me things. And Todd is actually very different from me. Todd watches things that are interesting and for people that he's actually interested in. I'm just like, I don't want to hear, I don't know, maybe I don't want to be called into action. I'm afraid someone will inspire me and I'll feel forced to do stuff. But
So, okay, so keep,
glad
so
that so Rob Dyrdek was talking about how he had this Dr. George Pratt. He read his book years ago and then he went and saw him and did some hypnotherapy, and it helped him break free from this idea of that he didn't deserve success, or I'm paraphrasing, but you can watch the episode. And so it got me thinking, and then I called the guy and I found out his prices, and I think I might go see him because it kind of.
Can I ask how expensive it is?
It's for 45 minutes. It's $345, and for
what?
Like 600.
That's so expensive. What do you get out of it?
Hypnotherapy. I mean, I don't know. I'm down to try anything, and I'm definitely down to put my money into.
Should I hypnotize you right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Close your eyes and open your mouth.
Wow, did you learn that one from your dad?
Annie!
We all saw him. Just kidding, Mary. Your mom's name's Mary, right? What a like nice, quaint name for such an evil daughter that she had. You are a spawn of Mary. The spawn of Mary.
Annie, I do feel like though earlier this year you were really good about like you were always giving me like self-help recommendations, tips. So I think you have this idea of that you're worse off than you are, and that's not to say that you don't need help desperately, but like I think it's very in reach for you. Like I think you have the tools, like the podcasts to listen to, I think you can do this. And I also think being hypnotized, maybe that's like some magic pill, but don't we get like the same benefits from just being like saying things out loud to yourself over and over? Like if every day you just like, I'm grateful for blah, 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 like that makes you like live a better life.
Honestly, I feel like just calling the guy felt good. Do you know what I mean? I don't necessarily even have to do it. Just the act of calling and realizing that it's something I could obtain. Like, oh, here's Rob Dyrdek, this super smart businessman who like was a fucking skateboarder. He probably has CTE. He's probably like been banged in the head a million times. And he managed to make this empire. It's I don't know what it stands for, but it's the brain injuries that football players and everything get, and they.
Oh, is that what Aaron Hernandez had?
Yeah. Where they go, pang pang, pew pew. Probably your favorite guy, O.J. Simpson, probably had that.
Oh my God, we haven't had the follow-up about that. Why don't you tell?
Esther. Okay, so Esther calls me the other day. And she's like, I need to talk to Todd. Todd has to edit this thing out of my podcast that we did. And I go, which part? And she goes, the OJ Simpson part. And I was like, well, in the podcast, if you guys didn't go back and listen to the last Esther Club with us, Esther talks about how she's really gotten into OJ Simpson. And I said, do you know what he did? And she said, yeah, but it's just such a juicy story. And then so I go, she calls me and I go, well, why do you need to take it out? And she goes, I just got to the part where I found out what he did. It's not cool.
We recorded that episode. I obviously knew what he did, but when you see it laid out in the documentary, it is not cool. Like, it is not cool to like him. It is not cool to look. I get it. It's a very fascinating trial. It's a fascinating case. It's like American history at its best, right? Because it's like America is so fucked up. But when I saw what he did, that's not cool. That's
Not
bad. That's not good.
But she wanted to take it out. I was like, you have to leave it because that's so funny that you just called me and said that. And also, everyone's obsessed with murder. Everyone. Every top podcast is about murder. We love, like, how much do you love, what's the guy from Dateline? Keith Morrison. I'm like, I love this guy. I'm like, all he does is exploit murders. He exploits murder victims' families. It's crazy.
That's so bad.
So what I was saying, the reason I brought up that guy, George Pratt, is because I was at the Grove doing some last minute Christmas shopping for myself and
For yourself.
for me. And I wanted to get Save the Cat for the 15th time. Have you ever read that book or attempted to read it?
I've owned it. I've never read it.
I can't tell you how many times I've had this book. So I went to rebuy it. The line was too long, didn't get purchased. And I was like, let me go see if they have this book that Rob Dyrdek was talking about. Before I spend all this money, I should just read the book. But I am probably gonna have to get hypnotized to read a book too. So what comes first? It's the old chicken and the egg. So I go to get and there's no Pratt, and all we find in self-development is whatever Schwarzenegger Pratt, the girl who married what's her first name?
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt's wife.
Catherine Schwarzenegger.
Catherine Schwarzenegger Pratt has a self-help book. And I went, what could make me want to read what the fuck this bitch has to say? Do you want to talk to me about when daddy fucked the ugly nanny? Like, that's the only thing I'd want to hear about. Persevering your dad publicly cheating on your wife with one of the most hideous women I've ever seen. Do you want to talk about having large teeth? I don't know. Like, what adversity has she gone through? And I understand that you can still be depressed. You can be from any walk of life and still have that stuff, but I don't fucking care. I want a rags to riches story.
Yeah.
So if people want to call me white trash Whitney, let's do it. Go for it.
I feel like that they're very religious, the Pratt Schwarzenegger coupling. So it's probably very God oriented self-help. If I had to guess.
Wasn't that a shocking twist with Chris Pratt when you realized he was religious?
It's just weird because it's very rare in comedy.
Yeah, you'd never see it.
It's weird. You don't see that in comedy, and it's weird.
And then
do you think he's faking it so that he could marry a Kennedy offspring? I would.
No, but then it makes me think, is Anna Faris religious?
I don't think she is. I don't know, but I don't think so.
Maybe he dumped her because she was like a sinful bitch.
Well, I love them both.
I love Catherine Schwarzenegger?
No, well, I don't know anything about her, but I think Chris Pratt and Anna Faris are like
so funny,
super talented in comedy.
I listened to one of her episodes of her podcast. I do like her.
And I hate to see, I gotta say it, I hate to see a comedy superpower couple break off and one of them the man lands with some, political family offspring. It's not my favorite thing. I'd love the comedies to stay together.
Yeah, I know. And he went more Christian. Come on, you want to be taken from that. But whatever. What are you gonna do? They seem very happy. God couples are very happy. Or maybe
they're so much happier and better off than the rest of us.
They can go like, oh, we're gonna raise our children in faith, and they get to go to church. I had a really weird God moment today. This is very vulnerable for me to share. So I told you about the light baths I've been doing that my shaman recommended, where I go in the shower. Oh, I told it on the Craig Conant podcast. It's hard to tell you guys apart. Fucking practically identical.
I can't wait for those comments to roll in. I'm gonna.
It can't be any other comment. If anyone comments anything else, they're nobodies. They're nobodies. So, all right. So my shaman told me to do this thing where you go into the shower in the morning and in the night, obviously only once, and you think about all of your past relation, like anything negative, anything you've sort of milled over, any past grievances, any past traumas, past relationships that you're kind of holding on to still, and you think about them, and then you think of the shower is coming down, the water is light, and it's light that's washing all of that off, and it's cleansing you and cleaning you out and filling you with the light instead. So I went into my shower, and I told you this on the walk with Carlos too. I realize I'm so mad at so many people from my childhood. I'm still very mad at children. I'm so mad at
Annie, I said I was sorry.
maybe that's why I'm friends with you. You're a small child that I can be mad at. You're the only child it's okay for me to be mad at. But I'm holding these grudges with these people that I don't know where they are, what they're doing, what their life is. It doesn't matter. I'm still mad. And even if the things they did felt so monumental and like such big betrayals to me, why the fuck am I still mad? I gotta let it go. I shouldn't even be thinking about these people. So I started going through all of those and being like, I forgive you. I forgive you. Like back in the cafeteria in middle school, just forgiving people. And, for myself and releasing that. And then I got to me and I was like, I forgive me. And that's when I started to get a little emotional. And then I was like, I forgive God. And I don't mean God, like pray to God or whatever, but whatever the spiritual thing is that's guiding. And here I was like, I've been really mad at whatever that is. I've been fucking pissed. Like, why do I, and that's the victim mentality is like, why is everything not going my way? Like,
Yeah.
why am I not getting the things that I feel like I deserve?
Yeah.
And I had to forgive the God that's like in me, So Quaker religion believes that God's in the form of an inner light that's in everyone and everything. So it's not some guy. It's just like a God in all of us, that all of us are God. So then I was like, the trickiness of seeing God in everyone is that you resent God for being flawed and a human and all that stuff. Is this so boring to you?
No, it actually isn't. But you said God too many times.
I know God's not the right word, but I don't know what the other word is.
No, I'm kidding. I actually think it's
no, but I
very
want to be
interesting.
clear that that's not what I mean. And if you're religious, whatever, that's your thing. But I don't believe in God like that. But I always think about when I did DMT and when I've done hallucinogens, there's like this really bright light, and it's really hard to look at because if you look at it, and I think it might actually be in the Bible, something like this, but if you look at you can't look at the light, because if you look at the light, you realize you are the light, and then you cease to exist. I don't know if that makes sense, but I was thinking,
But
what?
You're forgiving. That's good. Forgiving is something that you do for yourself.
Right. Well, I mean, these other people they don't even exist. These people from they don't, like that guy doesn't, who is he? I don't know who he is. And if it wasn't for Facebook, we wouldn't know who any of these fucking people were anymore.
I mean, I would still know everyone because I'm a stalker, but
Drive by their houses.
Why do you think we're so drawn to each other, Annie?
I don't know. We're like an odd couple. I keep calling us America's cutest odd couple. And then someone called me out on it. My friend's sister was like, my friend's friend was like, did you just call yourself cute? I'm like, but we are, sorry.
Yeah, I think it's cool to call yourself cute and hot.
I used to think it was so disgusting, but at this point I'm like, how long am I going to hate myself for no reason? For your pleasure.
Yeah.
And I'm not, as long as you're not being like, I'm the hottest and fuck you and blah, blah, blah. I think that when you're being competitive about it, it's gross. But if you're just like, I like myself, I like the way I look, I like the way I dress.
And if you're not saying it too seriously as well.
Yeah, you're just having fun. Especially cute is like nothing. But also, you want to bang me, and that's why you said I remind you of the fucking asshole showing girl. So ridiculous. I got so gaudy in this. I'm embarrassed. Everyone's gonna make fun of me.
I think it's fine. I think we handled it well.
We did. You pretended to sleep. Thank God. Thank you. Got us out
I
of that.
I what?
Got us out of that one. But I don't know. I just had this sort of epiphany.
I think it's cool. I think you're very capable of improvements. That's what I've seen from you.
That's what I try to be. There's no reason to be here if you're not like trying to be your best. I feel like you want to be, leave the less harm, do the least amount of harm to people. Because if you don't work on your shit, it goes on everyone else. As I've learned from my exes who were terrible. Do you look at your exes so disgusted? I am so horrified by who I've dated.
I don't want to say that because that would be pretty mean to say, but
Is it mean? Are they watching? Do they care?
I have on good terms with almost all my exes except for my high school ex who blocked me on Facebook, phone numbers, pretty much everything. Still can't crack that one.
Have you driven by it since you've been home?
Okay, Annie, just to throw that out there so calmly. No, I haven't driven by his house yet on this trip, but I probably will at some point.
You get like patterns. I had my neighbor who I told you I had a crush on, who we used to make out all the time. My parents moved out of that house when I was like 21, but he was only there. It was his dad's house, and his parents were divorced, so he was only there every 2 weeks. But for years, even when I stopped talking to him for a little while, I would always look to see if the light was on in their house. Like it's just my brain just, because like a crush, how strong our crushes were when we were young. It's how
Yeah.
when you're just delusional, you think you're like meant to be with someone. It's fucking so psycho.
Were we supposed to be like procreating at that age? Like if we were cavemen, is that why it's like at 15 we should be making babies or something?
And by the way, guys listening to this, with other 15-year-olds, not with fucking.
Yeah.
That's what always cracks me up with like some of these, is that pedophile or not pedophile behavior that people have been talking about more recently. Or they're like, but it's legal in some places, and being able to bang under the age of 18 is so you can bang other people under the age of 18. It's not you can bang some guy with salt and pepper pubes. It's like disgusting. Like nobody, and when guys are older and like, what do you mean? She was almost of age. Like, imagine you were 16 in fucking high school, and the girl you had a crush on, you asked her to prom, and then she was like, I can't go to prom because my 45-year-old boyfriend won't let me. You would be like, oh, you're being molested. You wouldn't be like, that's really cool. That guy figured out the laws. And then it was like, you'd be like, ew, it's nasty. As a young child that was hit on by only grown-ups, it's just every grown-up hit on me.
It is. I'm telling you, you were grown up at 13, and then you still are the exact same version of that now.
I got my period when I was 11. That's probably why.
Like you've been an old 13-year-old from then until now.
But I feel like I finally grew up. I used to look back on my life and go, 14 was that was yesterday. I woke up today and I'm, in my 30s or whatever. And now I'm like, no. 14 was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I had to get through some trauma. I like what you said to me the other day about Esther called me and she told me that she woke up and was thinking about me, which was a huge step in our friendship. Like, you were thinking about me? That's so nice.
I thought you think I always think about you.
I mean, where I am, so you can get your little talons in me. Not.
Do I look like Justin Bieber?
The old Justin Bieber. You look like if Justin Bieber aged so much, but stayed in the look. You look a little Asian right now. Asian Justin Bieber. 2008 Justin Bieber. Baby Justin Bieber. And this is like his shoulder hair. Cover your fat feminine cheeks. I wish you could unzip from the bottom. I want to see just like. Is that someone else's hoodie?
No, it's mine.
I could see you coming to your parents' house and making them lend you all their clothes.
Yeah, I actually did. I forgot shirts.
Shirts?
Yeah, I didn't pack any shirts.
That's not a thing you can forget.
I know, I was shocked as ever.
Are they folded somewhere near where you were packing, or you just
No, I
completely?
just completely forgot to pack them. And then
Because you thought you'd be wearing a baggy thing, and then you remember, oh, it's hot inside sometimes.
my mom was so stingy, I was like, so I guess what? It's not a big deal. I can just borrow yours. And she's like, no, I don't want you ruining my shirts.
You would ruin them. I'm glad they say no to you sometimes.
Is dinner ready, Mom?
Getting close.
It's almost 7:00.
I know.
She's so beaten down. This could be her last month. If your parents got COVID, you would still make them make you food. The best part would be you still making them wait on you. You make your sister come over to take care of you if she got sick.
Oh my God, am I the least likable person in America?
No, you're the most likable person in Iran. Have that full.
I can't wait to go there and plan a beautiful trip for all my loved people, my fans.
Where do you want to go? What's your first thing you're gonna do when this is gone? When it's like, hey guys, this no longer exists on the earth.
I don't think much will change for me. What about you?
I would like to go out to the movies with my dad.
Oh, that would be fun.
I
would like to go out to the movies with your dad.
He's so funny. Well, he wears I probably talked about this a million times, but he's deaf. He's very hard of hearing, so he gives his license and then they give him headphones.
No.
Elderly people headphones. And he wears the headphones, but he doesn't realize that how loud he's speaking. So he always says the craziest. Like, a lot of Jews in here today. I'm like, Dad, stop, please. Come on. Jesus fucking Christ. Matthew McConaughey's dying of AIDS. Calm down.
Oh my God. Is there anywhere you want to travel to or not really?
I want to travel everywhere when this is over. I want to go. I went to Ireland once and I really liked it. So I would love to go to more of those things. I would like to do Edinburgh. We should do Edinburgh together. If that comes back.
Yeah. It's so far away.
Yes, you stupid bitch. Anyway, so Edinburgh, guys, for the people that don't know about comedy, which if you do, that's weird. Edinburgh Comedy Festival is a month or two long. You go to Scotland for a month and you do your own hour every night. And it's a kind of a rite of passage for comedians. I think Judd Apatow did a documentary about Hannibal Buress doing it.
Really?
But a lot of people have a terrible time and some people have a good time. And I think the majority have both. But I kind of like
it's a grind. It's like a tough, it's a grind. I went actually in high school with my theater program and we did a play.
For a month?
No, we only went for like 10 days, but I can see it being the kind of thing where it's really hard to get audience because I actually saw my first stand-up show at Edinburgh when I was 18. I saw Maria Bamford. It was the first stand-up I ever saw, like live or on TV.
Makes sense.
And I was just like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. Like, I've never had more fun in my life. And it was light audience. Like, she had a light audience and she was probably one of the most famous comedians in the world. She still is, but like, it just seems like it's a hustle and a grind.
She probably hated that show. The show that had a big impact on you and led you towards comedy. Imagine you're her. Imagine you're there. You're emotionally, as she's very open about, you're not the most emotionally stable person. So you're alone. You have friends, but you're not with your family and your core group. You're alone. It's like rainy, right? It's not good weather there.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have a light audience. You have to do a fucking hour. She probably she's like, these fucking kids are here. Damn acting.
It was, there's no, like, I don't think I've ever been as high since then. And it's funny you say that though, because then there was this like Paul Provenza late night talk show thing that she was on. And obviously I was instantly obsessed with her. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to go see that with her in it. And then we like talked to her after because I'm a loser. And she was like, oh, I was like, it was so good. She's like, oh, I felt so weird in there. And I was like, what? But now being a performer, I'm like, oh, I would totally say that about like everything.
Oh, and the stupid honesty that we have where you just kind of put your shit on the audience member.
Yeah.
All the time I do that. People are
Same.
like, really? It fucking sucked. I forgot a joke. They're like, what, bitch? I'm just trying to give you a compliment. Why are you ruining my time?
Yeah, I truly was that like young, wide-eyed kid who was like, what do you mean? It was like just the best thing I've ever seen.
And then look at you now.
Look at me now.
How did you like get other people to learn your lines for you? That's what I want to know in the play.
There was no lines.
It was a silent play.
Yeah. And I wore a blonde wig in the play, and this is so sad. After the play, this boy came up to me and some of the fellow actors and he was like, who is that blonde girl? And I was like, it's me. And he was like, oh. He was so disappointed, Annie.
Oh my God.
If only you had been there.
I'd be like, it's me. And then his dad would have come out and grabbed my pussy.
Ew. Our relationship is a little inappropriate if you take it back to those ages, because when I was like 18, you were what, like 26 or something?
No.
No?
How old are you?
Oh, wait. You're only 5 years. So
That's so crazy. You just made me sound fully in my 40s.
I'm not kidding you. You are a 40-year-old, 13-year-old. That's what you are, and you're crazy if you don't see it.
I'm 37. I had a dream. Oh my, I keep having crazy vivid dreams and then not remembering them. And then they'll flash back. And one of them I think was I had real regret saying my age, which I never have in real life. But in my dream, for some reason, it was coming back to haunt me.
The only way to remember your dreams, you have to write them down the second you wake up.
But I can never find a fucking pen, dude.
You have to set it by your bed, stupid.
I always have it set by my bed. Every time I wake up, there's no pen.
Set up a dream journal and a pen. 3 minutes. Thank you.
That's a 3-minute call, everybody. That's our light. How long have we been on here? This is a good episode. This is the Christmas episode. Or maybe I'll do one with my parents or something. But we should tease that there's something exciting coming.
Maybe. We don't know yet.
We should just tease that something exciting is coming. We have a new fun prospect in the new year for you.
People may think they know what we're saying, but they really might not. They might have an idea, but they don't know the full.
They'll never know how good. There's a dream we had that I never thought could happen.
But I of course was like, yeah, of course that can happen. And Annie was like, no, it can't happen. And I was like, it can. And then finally, look, we're saying way too much. We have to save this. Let's working on.
There's a dream. There's a dream that may be realized in the new year.
But it may not be.
And it may not be, but whatever comes in its place will be good enough. But, is it a dream?
It's a dream.
Well, impossible.
Well, that should be my cue as my mom is using the microwave that's about 5 feet away from me.
My favorite thing is the idea that your mom is just microwaving you a meal and it took her 3 hours to do it.
Yeah, Mom, why are you using the microwave? I thought this was a fresh dinner.
It is. What happened was I made the rice for the first time in the Instapot, and I kept waiting and waiting and waiting, and here it was done all along. And then I cooked everything else, and now it got cold.
Well, my meal better be hot.
I hope it's so hot it burns your stupid little mouth.
You fucking little princess.
What'd you say?
Yeah, you fucking little princess. That's the clip, by the way. We got our clip. Esther being called out for once. Oh, your dad did.
Annie,
you are getting your comeuppance this trip.
Annie, I love you and I miss you, and I do have to go. What?
Enjoy your cold rice. I hope it's still cold on the bottom.
I can't wait to see you in a few days for Esther Club.
I know. I'll see you for an Esther Club, and then I can't wait for our.
You're not taking that, are you?
Yeah, this is a recorded podcast.
No.
Yeah.
Take that out.
No, you were so good. It was all we wanted.
No.
We'll bleep it. We'll bleep it.
Don't. All right.
Mary,
Goodbye.
can you just bleep that part and then have us talking about it afterwards?
She's gone. Who cares? She doesn't care. It's fine.
She's already a star.
Okay, it's running.
Dinner's ready. Goodbye.
Bye. All right. So that was the Esther portion of the podcast. I don't know how this podcast is going to end up. Maybe I'll talk to my dad too. Maybe we'll just clip out parts of it. I don't fucking know. All I know is that I love little Esther. We're on the FaceTime anyway, and I figured let's give it another go. So Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah, even though Hanukkah might be over when I post this. I don't really know when Hanukkah is because I'm shockingly not Jewish. And stay here. I'm going to answer some questions that I got for the solo portion of this podcast on Patreon. And the rest of you, this is it. Maybe I'll see you next year. Maybe I'll have another episode. Who knows? All right. Thank you guys. See you on Patreon.